Hello you guys, and welcome to the kind of sort of first video in the All About Me journal series. So today I wanted to come together and kind of talk about what to expect when we do the journal series, and then also I wanted to talk about I wanted to go ahead and get my journal set up so that we're ready to go once the week starts and the videos start. Now if you're worried about, because I know it's during the week, it's a whole week long and there's different journaling prompts. This is at your own pace. It's going to be here. It's going to be tagged under the All About Me journal series. So anytime you want to go to YouTube, you can click there, or it'll also be on my blog because I hope to have printables with several of the different days. So all that information is going to be available even after the week that it's run. So don't worry about if you are busy and you can't get to it, or you don't have time, or you're on vacation or something like that, but you really would like to participate, which I'm so glad that you would want to. So just keep in mind that that it will be available at any time for you to view and play along. So okay, so basically I kind of have an itinerary here about every day what we're going to be doing, and what I've broken it down into is that each day will have like a writing challenge and a creative challenge, because I thought it would be fun to kind of have one of each. And like I said, you may be able to write one day but can't get creative the other day, and then you know, it's just a work at your pace, but we're going to be doing it in a week. So if you ordered a pack of the kits that I had to go along with it, it's full of ephemera that you can use in making your journal. I'll be using some of that today in my journal making, and then I sent it with each of the packs came a little book that you can either use it like this, and you can just, I know this is hard, I know, because some of these books are nice, so they're not like, you know, and this is a glossy type paper, so for these particular books, so it might be kind of hard to do like some artwork on here. But I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. This is completely up to you. You could actually do this same process in your regular journal. You don't have to create the book, but I wanted to I'm making like a little mini book, and I'll show you guys where I got the inspiration from in just a moment. But a lot of these, like this one here, can be easily taken apart. I actually took this book apart. It was in some pretty bad shape, and I'll show you exactly what I did to create the spine on here. And I plan on painting the front. I haven't decided yet, but you guys will come along with me when I do decide. And but keep in mind that I will be painting the cover. So if you got a cover, like, I know I have a couple left in my shop. I think one's like Billy Goat Gruff or something, and I know you're like, why would I want that book? I don't know. It's not really all about me. Keep in mind that even if the cover isn't like has something that resembles you, I'm gonna be painting on mine, even though I'm gonna keep the little girl. So that's kind of what my plan is, at least. So just kind of keep that in mind when you are figuring out which book you want to use. Like I said, you could use a TN, you could use anything you want to. I just wanted to include a little book because that's kind of where my inspiration came from. So talking about the inspiration, I will show you where mine came from. So this little book I happened to come across in my journal where I keep my journals and things like that. And this is one that Brazos' little daycare made for her to give to me. So it says 10 things I love about mommy, and it's so cute. It's like, it just uses all the fun little sparkles, washi tape. She's a great snuggler. Oh, look how cute. So this is kind of where my inspiration came from, is creating a little journal. Hello, yay, glitter. So yeah, we're gonna just play and have fun and use all the things. I think I kind of vaguely remember her wanting things to play with. Oh, pictures. I remember her wanting pictures. So when we go fishing, it's so funny. So anyway, yeah, so that's kind of where my inspiration was at. Oh, it's for my birthday, 2012. So, oh my goodness. Wow, 10 years ago, you guys. 10 things 10 years ago. Woo! So that's kind of where my inspiration came from as far as like making a mini album. So, so we're going to do that today. I've already kind of cut my paper to prep for it. And then, but I wanted to go over really quickly here. And I know this is kind of what we have, like, for instance, today is, I'm actually filming this on Monday night. But Tuesday is I'm going to talk about the itinerary, the supply list, which is also available online. But it's basically use your stash. That's what my supply list is use your stash. And the journal setup is what we're going to be doing today. And then it talks about having like a writing challenge and a creative challenge. And so, like, for example, on Sunday when this event starts on the video, oh yeah, that's the thing, I'll have a video every day with me doing my journal entry for this. So it'll have like the writing challenge and the creative challenge on Sunday. I'll have a video for each one of those. So, more than likely what I probably will do, because I have a hard time like journaling online, but I'll probably create mine and then just put it in my journal, like my list and everything. So you can read over these, like the writing challenges: create a list of words that describe yourself, be kind and sweet, you are a one-of-a-kind treasure. So we want it to be positive and loving to ourselves. And then the creative challenge is layer paper, napkins, tissue paper, etc. for the background, and then add a photo of yourself. So this way you guys can read over this and kind of prep for your, get your supplies together, get your photos together. Again, we are going to be creative, we're going to be having fun. And so I'm going to kind of leave this for you guys to read over, and then and this is, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's on my blog, so I'm going to leave the link below so you can just click on that and print this out. So yeah, so it's, like I said, it's 7 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of activity, of documentation, and then I do have a little bonus little idea at the back. So again, you don't have to go exactly with what is here. If you want to write about something else about yourself, you know, I had endless ideas but I just kind of picked out just a few that we can put on here. So, okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do my journal. I went back and forth over adding rings or if I was going to do it this way. This is kind of like my latest fun way to, and I wish I had the previous video I did for, oh, here's my book. The previous video I did for the for my needing to make a bigger book for my vacation that we just went on, I did this same kind of concept, which I'm going to be doing is sewing in a signature. And this one has 2 signatures in it, but this one I probably am only going to do 1 because you'll see all the little happiness that we're going to be including in that. So I definitely want to make room where it can get fluffy and not be have too many papers in here, because this is a 7-day series and I feel like I'm not going to need a whole lot of papers to fill. As you can see, these are pink papers. I have dyed these. I did kind of video this a little bit. I don't know how it came out. If it's a good video, I'll insert it so you guys can see how I dyed it. But actually what I used is, I just used pink food dye and put it in paper. And my paper, now don't get me wrong, these are the best parts of the pages, but some of them rip because, you know, once the paper gets wet, it's not the most happy paper in the world. But anyway, so we're going to do 1 signature, but I am going to add a couple little things in here from my little kit that I have. So let's see here. I wanted to add some, and I was going to add the original paper in there, which I think is still a great idea, but I put mine somewhere and I have no idea where I put it, which does not surprise me. So let's see what we have here. We have, I put some different pages in here, and I thought it would be just kind of fun to add some different kind of story pages. Let's see what we got this one here. You can definitely pull from your own stash. Like I said, this is going to be a definite use your stash kind of, okay, I like this one. Use your stash kind of event workshop. I always like to include kind of like a decorative cover on the front. And I just pulled this from my workspace because I've been kind of keeping it. But I always like to kind of include a pretty little intro page, even though pink paper is pretty, but that way we have just kind of little entry here. And this, I'm not too worried about it being straight or whatnot because we're going to be junking it up. And then I think what I'll do is just add this cute little girl in here, like this. Make sure it'll just go right in here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to kind of leave it at that. And like I said, you can, I think as we go along, I'm going to be adding more stuff in here. I did like this, but it's kind of the opposite. I'll probably end up cutting that out and gluing that in the pages. So I'm going to kind of set this up where, okay, I'm sorry, let me jump back again. So basically what I did was I tore the book apart. And this little piece of, if you can see this little piece of cardboard here, and you can reference that other video too, I just basically glued a piece of cardboard. I cut it out of a cereal box. You can see it's right here. It's kind of coming undone right here. But I glued it the width of the spine. So see how the book is kind of like bent weird, like it's kind of cutting off here. I created my own little spine with it. And these are really great to do that with as well, because when you tear the book apart, right, you tear it apart here, when you take it out, it's going to have kind of, it will have like that wide spine too, and then you just cut a piece of cardboard to fit in the length, the width of that spine. Once I do that, then I let it dry. I would just let it, that's why I kind of wanted to do a video early. You can use rings on this as well. Let me show you what glue I used. But I think you could use Mod Podge on this. I'm not, I bought this glue because I saw it on some videos. But in my opinion, you could use Elmer's glue or this glue. I think it would work just as fine too. Or any kind of like wet glue that's going to like seal that in. So that's kind of my opinion on it. Then what you do is, I'm going to kind of make sure these are stacked all together like this. Like I said, I'll leave the link out to that when I made my recent video, just like a couple weeks, about last week I think I did, on how I did this. And I really and truly want this in the middle, right? So I think what I'm going to do is get my other paper clip out. This is my little book binding kit, by the way. I put it in this little pouch here. I got this at Little Craft Place. And I bought the book binding off of Amazon. So I really want my spine to be in the middle, so I'm gonna paper clip this to the book. And I might go ahead and do this as well. That way it's kind of, make sure it stays in the middle here. Okay, see if I can, I had to redo one yesterday because I was putting together my new Creative Daily Journal and it just did not want to work very well. Okay, and they give you wax string, but I think you can use pretty much like embroidery thread or anything like that works as well too. But I just use this because it really kind of goes in. It came with the kit, so that's one of the reasons I'm using it. And also it seems to like be pretty smooth. Thread that through there. We're going to get the little all out, which is this guy right here, this little sharp weapon. I always say, you come into a craft room, you have weapons, right? Let me move this down just a little bit here. Whoops, moved it too far down. Now it's not bending. Okay, I've got my crease. This is not allowing it to move correctly here. I just really want to make sure I put it in the middle. And being that this book, the binding is a little bit wide at the spine, it's kind of giving me some grief. Okay, let's just go for it, shall we? And I just estimate kind of where the middle is, and I just come out. And then I usually kind of go down. With this smaller book, I may do a little different, but I go down about an inch. I just puncture 2 more. And actually, to be honest with you, this is not how I did the other one. I kind of did a loop around, but I'm going to use this as like a TN. Kind of create like a bookbind it like a TN. The other way that I did the other book was I literally just went around here, looped it around, and came in. But we're going to do this. We leave a little tail. There's tons of videos, you guys, out there about how to do this as well. You come in through here, pull it tight. You pass up that middle one, bring it down to the top layer. I'm kind of looking at it how it is. I can see the light through there. And then I come back up through the middle, and then we're going to tie it off. Let me do this so maybe I can see it. Since there's not a whole lot of paper in here, I can eyeball it through here. Okay. I'll pull that off. And what I like to do, which, seems like it, oh, you know what, I stuck the needle through the thread. So it ended up sewing in the thread here. Let's just undo it. Okay. That's pretty spot on, right? I kind of do one thread on one side, kind of tighten it up, make sure it's tight on this side, and then I knot it off like that, cut off the excess. Ta-da, my book is done, it's ready to go. And then what I'm going to do, like I said, see, I still have a lot of space to fluff it up. Okay, so that's my journal set up. Do you guys, I was thinking that I could also, since I'm going to be painting the front, and I wanted to kind of show you guys, it might be a 2-part journal setup, because what I'm going to do is paint. I'll probably start with gesso first and paint around the little girl. Let's do that. Gesso, gesso. I know people make fun of the way I say it because I don't really, I say it both ways. Sorry, little guy. I'm going to paint over you. Where's my paintbrushes? Okay. So I am just literally, I'm going to put a coat of gesso on here. And then I'll come back and show you guys. Let me make sure I put all my tools back while I see a needle out. So I'll come back and then show you guys how I plan on painting it. But you can kind of get an idea if you have a book cover that you're not crazy about. And I'm going to cover over that tag. I'm not going to try to pick that stuff off. But this is going to be my first coat. Might have gotten too much. She's so cute in her little dress. And this will dry, and then I'll come back and finish it off. Probably can, here we go. I wasn't prepared to paint, so I have I'll have to make sure I run that and run it into the, make sure I clean my paintbrush off. If you planned on doing covering the whole front, if you don't have gesso, I would use white paint. It does the trick too. But this is just kind of prepping that surface for when you do go to paint what you want to. In all honesty, I had the idea of kind of doing my own girl on the front. But then when I saw her, I thought, oh, she's so cute, and I could really do something with her. So, but you could definitely do a collage on the front. You could, if you had like a image of another cute little girl, like say off of a, kind of like those dress patterns. You know, they have such cute little images on there. That would be fun. I also wanted to point out, if you're not really wanting to do a book about yourself, you know, you could always do one about your grandkids or your kids or a friend. It's very versatile. Okay. So I'm going to leave her just like that. And then I'll have a part 2, or I will also, say for instance, if I want to include it in one of the other days, we can kind of come in here and finish it. But I wanted you guys to get your journal set up so that when we do start the actual event, the actual week, did this go to my top? I guess it did. Then you're all set to go and you're playing already, early playing. Alright, you guys, y'all have a super sparkly rest of your day and evening, and go to the website, print out this itinerary, and as I mentioned on here, the supply list, I'm probably going to say that in my blog, is the supply list is shop your stash. You have plenty of it. I know you do. You should. If not, find magazines, find old mail, find old books. You guys, this is meant to have fun and not feel like you need to go buy more product or anything like that. So anyway, alright, I'm so looking forward to this project, and I'm glad you have joined us. See you either Monday the 25th, or I'll come back, or Sunday the 24th, or I'll come back and finish it off on another part 2 video. I'll see kind of where we're at in this week, and see if we can kind of come back in here and finish off that cover. I'm already getting kind of lots of ideas here, like put a big bow on her hair and stuff like that. So, alright you guys, we will see you in the next one. Bye!